happens if you take a child to the emergency room for suicidal thinking? What's going to happen? What goes on there? Well, let me tell you, I have been to the emergency room with a suicidal child on multiple occasions. My niece, my own child, and then a few weeks ago, a friend of my child, a young adult whose folks were out of town and who was in a really bad space. The first thing you need to know is what you want to bring, right? Basic starting point. You're going to want to bring a phone charger because you're going to be there a while. It's the emergency room. You're going to want to wear some layers because it's going to be cold or hot or cold and then hot. So you're going to want to have a jacket or a sweater or something, layers, bring layers. And you might even want to bring a book. Encourage your child to bring whatever electronic device will keep their brain occupied, or a book or whatever. So you're going to go and you're going to give them the basics of what's going on. They will take the child back, and maybe with you, maybe without you. It depends on the age of the kid. It depends on what's happening, but certainly be prepared ahead of time that they're going to want to talk to your child alone. And then they'll want to talk to you alone. And then they'll want to talk to both of you. And this is going to play out probably over a few hours. You're going to talk to the nurses. You're going to talk to a social worker. You may talk to an on-call psychologist or other behavioral health person, and you'll talk to the doctor on call. Again, be prepared to be there a while. But their job is to figure out, is your child safe to be out in the community? Or are they an immediate risk to themselves? Can they commit to being safe? And you're going to think, wait, we're going to base it on what the kid says? I mean, a little bit. That's how this works. And that's nerve-wracking for you as a parent, but that's why you're taking them to the emergency room, because you're not the expert. You're going to take them to some folks who are the experts. So you're going to have a lot of conversations. Your child's going to have a lot of conversations with a lot of different people. At some point, your child, if they were super dysregulated when you went in, if they were really upset, if they were really emotional, at some point they're going to be exhausted. They're going to get bored. So probably everything will settle out a little bit, and they'll watch your kid and talk to them through that process. And at the end of your time in the emergency room, they'll decide what's next. Either they'll send you home because they feel like your child is safe, or there's a possibility they'll suggest admitting your child. And that would be the next step. And maybe I'll do another video about that. But it's not a particularly scary process. It's actually generally kind of a long, boring process with periods of intense emotionality, right? It's hard to hear your child tell somebody else that they're suicidal. It's hard to hear your child tell somebody else that they're thinking they'd rather not be alive. So that part is really, really hard. And then you'll wait a couple of hours before something else happens. The most important thing is that if your child is talking about suicide, you take them seriously. If this is a new thing, if it feels different, if it feels like more than you can handle, if you're not sure that they're safe at home, take them seriously. It's no different than taking your child to the pediatrician when they're sick, when they're little. Good chance that they're going to say, oh, they have a virus, there's nothing we can do, go home, right? But way better to go in and find out than to not go in and find out your child had strep throat or pneumonia and needed medication or needed some sort of specialized treatment. Same thing with mental health issues. Take it seriously. Take them in if you need help. Take them in if you're worried. Better to go in and then be sent home than not go in and have made the wrong decision. But don't be afraid. You can do this.